Previously on Tim Plays a Game. Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. There's no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. It was the imposter, I betcha. I still think she came here on her own by choice. Dude had a real complex about being weak. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying. Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. It's kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex. Ahem, so is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo,
Toko. Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is. You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh, that's fun. I'm starting to like him now. And just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. Okay, at least he says he does what he says he's gonna do. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! You're just not putting that together. Phew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. We already know, Genocide Jack. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Except the person who killed her. Someone made that choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Let's get on the elevator. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clinking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Well, yeah, elevators kind of do that. The elevator can't be like, oh, gee, guys, I don't know if I want to do this today. Maybe we just take a day off. Until finally, ding! Came to a sudden stop, like most elevators do. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-raring to go. Oh, gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay, then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
And kills? Oh, yeah. Please, everyone, find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened up once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Alright, here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
Right.
But if you pick the wrong one,
Everybody else
then
dies.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what it was used to deliver the fatal blow. Here we go. Make your argument.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a
Head wound, yes.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Got him.
No, it's wrong.
Objection!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime?
Yes.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Also, who could have lifted that dang thing? It's got like, what, looks like 50, 100 pounds on it.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah, we investigated the dead body, which is what we were supposed to be doing.
Yes! That's so creepy!
And, okay, so I guess you two want to die.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here.
Thank you.
Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Okay, just because you're a fanboy for Genocide Jack doesn't mean he's every murderer. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Make your argument.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
At least they give me a
Case
second back
closed,
whenever that happens. When I
as
get
far
one of
as
these.
I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Got it, okay.
No!
Objection!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What's that doing in a library at a kid's school?
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Thank you.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Ah, yes.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristics of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, has to be the positioning of the body. No, that was right. The murder took where the murder took place. I guess how the victim was positioned.
I got it!
Hold
Apparently,
on a second.
in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Does he now?
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Right.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Not really.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh, crap!
What?
Just jumped right to it.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Makes sense, brother.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's real for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means is Genocide Jack to be... It means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also is not be Toko. The answer is that she's just not one person, but multiple people, right? Here we go again. Hangman's Gambit. Dang. Oh, Schizo. You know, need to know. Give me an O. Give me an O. There we go.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Probably.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... What did they call it?
Dissociative
identity disorder.
Which isn't really the same thing as schizophrenia.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could be a split personality or behavior change. I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yes. Yeah, she was all tongue loose. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Yeah, I remember that.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Okay, so we gotta change the tone on our voice. Got it.
Assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
We can do whatever we want. Killer.
Not to mention,
murder.
Once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Right.
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, she said that. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer. I'll drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
Let's keep the killer from getting out.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yes!
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Dun dun dun.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
That was the
Last
promise.
night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Betrayer!
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Dang! Shot down!
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Damn.
That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
God damn.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Person?
Yeah, you.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Okay!
Oh, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well,
Genocide
whatever.
Jill.
What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Jeez!
So intense.
Right?
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of
Yeah, you
every
mentioned that
truth
already, your little
lives a
analogies
little
spiel.
light. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is a joke. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
No,
Of
dumbass.
course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
Are they now?
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Are you talking about her or you?
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Sure.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
You're not funny.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Right?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that
Oh, right,
Toko's
that.
secret was about Genocide Jack.
Yeah, that's kind of a big secret.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Yeah, but everyone else had the same motive.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Yeah, maybe revealing yourself as a murderer was not a good idea to do in a trial. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. what she said. I need to get some more details about all this. Make your argument. Status of the dead body, okay.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that.
Dang it.
Do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Got it.
No, it's wrong.
Like I said, everyone had the same motive.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same?
Oh.
I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Yeah, he uses a lot of scissors.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Kinda like Chef Boyardee.
This is no creation
I want me
of
some
mine.
beefaroni! And some overstuffed beef ravioli.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Right. The one clear difference between the murderers. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see the cleared victims.
I got it!
Yep.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Right. They were stabbed.
In the Genocide Jack
Chihiro
murders,
was
all the
blunt
victims
force.
were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Yes.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Correct.
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more.
Unless they got
One
brave.
more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Ooh, okay, she's making me hungry now. Stop it.
Please stop comparing killing people to cooking.
Right?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is really just to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. And this one, she was suspended. Actually, hold on. They were suspended the same way, but what was used as suspender was different.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Was it now?
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
Well, aren't you special?
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you
Makoto.
referring to me?
Listen up,
Makoto.
Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
I kind of like that name, Big Mac.
Huh?
Big Mac.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
Right,
There's a
guys.
pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know... Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because
Yeah.
Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yep, they were all guys.
They were all guys?
Yes.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh, now you feel ashamed.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man-madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Dang!
Lowly? Cur?
Yeah, you had that coming.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
I mean, if you want to survive.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That's actually a really good point.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
A big, stupid, heavy meathead?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you
I don't think she could
couldn't
lift
find
that
any
dang
scissors
thing.
in the school.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh boy. Oh god.
Da-da-da!
Where was she hiding them?
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can't can you gutter dogs, all of you!
Dang.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Well, not as far as this case is concerned, yeah.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. I guess the one person who knows more about it than anyone else. Actually, hold on. I mean, she could have copied it. I mean, she knows, but that would kind of implement her. Yeah, Byakuya is the only one who knows about it.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
I told you that in confidence.
Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, had you?
No comment.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
No comment.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh god, we know who she's gonna kill next!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
I plead the fifth.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
It was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Make your arguments, okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
No, hold on a second.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Right.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see.
He didn't know who the victim was.
That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
And your reasoning is any better.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Right.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Not gonna say it, okay. Differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. There's a lot of them. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own, and I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... it was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yes!
No, it's wrong.
Liar! You lie!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Right.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Which is why he didn't say anything.
Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
It's flimsy. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think
yeah, he doesn't have any involvement.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
I agree with agreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to?
Yes.
We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
What doesn't bother me? Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something about off in what he said.
I got it!
Yeah.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Yeah, but that didn't happen. It was in the boys' locker. Or maybe, I don't know.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Right.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
What?
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh yeah, the carpet too.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene by Byakuya, who's been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There's something about the switch between the boys and girls' locker room.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
How dare you!
Don't you think that's kind of strange?
Right. Boobs should not be that big.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Well, yeah, clearly.
The boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
Yeah, kind of a disgusting mix.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Carpet in the boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Yes.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Okay.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, Then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Yeah.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Okay, make your argument.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
Got it.
No,
Sometimes you gotta slow it down a little bit to get it.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Right. Borrow.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Right.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills
No hacking.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
Really?
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Hold on. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya, the one who did it, and Byakuya's the one who really did it. Really? But still, I don't know. What else can I do? What else I can do?
Hold on a second.
Hold on a
I
second.
agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
Are we?
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
I guess we're gonna take a break from the trial. Fine.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Right?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Dang, he's easy to please.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
To be continued next time on Tim Plays a Game.